Hello, Pauper fans. This is Mathonical, and we are now in the quarterfinals with Rallygon in the Pauper Challenge. We are against Odorous, and I've played him a couple times. He is known to play Boros Monarch. So this is an amazing hand. Basically, since we're on the play, we can go for a turn 4 win with protection, and he needs to have multiple interactions. And it may look a little sketch since we only have one planes, but the Survivor's Encampment with the Bodyguard means we can turn on green mana very easily without having to tap the guard. So we very happily keep this hand and are just kind of looking to get that quick win. Soul's Attendant, that bodes very well, means we can also gain infinite life if we're able to. Him starting in Radiant Fountain is great news for us because it means he doesn't have interaction on the first turn to deal with our Bodyguard. And that means we're going to be able to get down our Midnight Guard. He needs to be able to produce 2 interaction effects this turn, or he loses. And since he only has 1 red source, basically his only way of doing that this turn is if he's able to play Journey to Nowhere, followed up by a Lightning Bolt. He only plays a Prophetic Prism, so we've got the win in hand. We just go ahead and play the Presence of God onto our Midnight Guard. He does the obligatory try and bolt it, but I see the line of using the Bodyguard, and I win this one. Very quick, solid win. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into game 2. Sideboard plan here is we want all of the Spider Silk armors. We want to basically invalidate their creatures, like usual. The Standard Bearers aren't that great, since he's able to play around it with the Journeys. We take out 1 Presence of God. Since we're not usually trying to go infinite, you can take out 1 or 2. It's up to you. I take out 1 Soul Sister. I bring in the Hollow. That is very good for dealing with Electricaries or a random bolt. And that is about it. So, let us jump into game 2. Opening hand is no good. Just a Benevolent Bodyguard. But yeah, send that one back. This is a reasonable hand. We have lands, we have protection effect, we have part of our combo, life gain. So we go ahead and keep this one. Midnight Guard, that is a fantastic card to have on top, so we're just going to go ahead and keep this and try and go infinite. On the play, it's a lot harder to pull that off early, but we do have reasonable chances of doing so. So here, we can either play the Soul Warden or the Benevolent Bodyguard, depends what kind of plan we want to go for. I decide on the Benevolent Bodyguard, but I'm thinking, now that I'm looking at it, I probably want to play the Soul Warden just because there's a good chance that he might try to remove it, and the next turn I'd be able to play the guard or the Benevolent Bodyguard to protect the Midnight Guard. I did play the Benevolent Bodyguard because if he didn't remove it, I was going to be able to play the guard with backup, protection backup, and then Presence of God the next turn and go for the win. Turns out he has a very good hand with a lot of interaction, even though he doesn't have any red outside of the Prophetic Prism, but he's doing a good job. I run out the Midnight Guard, but it turns out he has a protection effect. So he has a great hand for dealing with what we've got going on this time. And he continues to chip in for some damage. So we do need to draw something relevant. Unfortunately, land is not what we're looking to do here. Another Bodyguard would be awesome. The best card, or best sequence of cards, would be a Spider Silk into Sense Enlistment. So the absolute best card would be a Commune with the Gods, getting a Spider Silk, putting a Sense Enlistment into the graveyard, and be able to start going off from there. I go ahead and cycle both Ash Barons, trying to thin out her deck just to improve her odds. Unfortunately, I just end up drawing another land anyways. He's got a Bolt, so at this point we're looking quite dead, seeing as our hand is a bunch of lands. Rather unfortunate way to go, but we did mulligan. And can't expect much after flooding out. Hollow, you're a little bit late, buddy. This is a card that I've been wanting to use to basically hedge against these removal spells, but unfortunately did not come up at the right time. And when we draw a Rally, that's unfortunate. So we do lose game 2. This is what Boros Monarch does. If you do stumble, they're able to basically just kind of bury you under the card advantage of all of their flyers and Thraben Inspectors. So we're just going to jump into game 3. Being on the play does help us to combo off and also establish our board presence earlier. Taking a look at our opening hand, it is a possible keep, and I'm going to go ahead and keep it. simply because we've got the 2 Commune with the Gods and the ability to play it. Although play it does come loosely since we're going to have to Ash Barrens for a white source. So while it is a little risky, drawing 1 additional mana of any color basically turns on our deck or hand fairly well. We do have a Prismatic Strands for protection, so this is a risky keep, but I do feel like it is a reasonable keep, so I go ahead and do so. I also probably am suffering a little bit from mulliganing last game and losing anyways, so probably hedged a little bit towards not mulliganing. Relic, that's fine. It sucks a little bit since we have these communes that are gonna fill our graveyard with stuff, but not much we can do about that. We'll go ahead and get our Soul Warden online, and we're basically just hoping that he doesn't kill it this turn, since we would like to cast some of our communes, and we would like to draw a land at some point to be able to play our cards. Glinthawk bouncing Relic is good for us. Drawing Sentinelistman is not. That was a fairly bad commune with the gods, since it didn't even get us a creature. It just got us another Presence of God, which is very redundant here. It does put a battle screech in the graveyard, but at any point he can choose to sack his Relic to get rid of it, so I'm not really expecting to be able to cast it anytime soon, since we're not drawing lands. Well, we now have the combo in hand. We just need to find another land to be able to play it. He does bolt our Soul Sister, which is unfortunate, but we still have quite a few turns to try and draw that additional land. He gets rid of all the graveyards. That's fine, that was to be expected at some point. It does mean that our cards in hand get better. Still not a land. Very unfortunate for us. We're now very deep into our deck. We have milled some of our lands, but at this point we had very good chances to draw land. It's fairly bad variance. We haven't drawn one yet. Still no land. Starting to see a little bit of a trend here. Maybe I used up all of the luck just trying to get into the quarterfinals on breakers. Our opponent is attacking in, and basically, yeah, we're dead. Stumbled too many turns in a row by not drawing lands, and that is how it goes sometimes. So, our run stops at the quarterfinals this round. I hope you enjoyed the series, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out quite a bit. It's basically just motivating to know that you guys would like to see more of this content, and you guys have given very good feedback. Tips on how to play the decks better, which provokes discussion, so it helps both you and myself. And just as another way of doing something for you guys, once I get to 101 subscribers, I'm going to release a video on a bit of the math I apply behind the scenes to prepare my decks and the statistics I collect while playing these games to hone the sideboard. So if you would like to see that video to try and hone your math skills and improve your play, remember to hit that subscribe button, and I will be creating that video once we hit 101 subscribers. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and have yourselves a good one. Later.